This is incredible. You don't get this in London.
No.
Have you ever dreamed of starting a new life? Of turning your back on city living?
Goodbye, London.
Giving up everything?
I can see Wales.
And making a brand new life in the country?
Yeah, baby.
For some, the lure of this landscape can be life-changing.
In this series, I'll be meeting the people who've bravely chosen to leave their city lives.
Today we actually get our brewery. Feeling a bit sick now.
And follow their dreams by moving to the great British countryside and starting their own business.
This will be a test on the marriage, won't it? Could be over in a year.
If we can pass this test.
I'll be experiencing their new lives right alongside them.
This is the bit I've always wanted to do. I'm worried now that you're going to take one look at these and you're going to sack me.
Seeing up close the challenges and risks they face.
Nothing's perfect, and we have to just make it work. If you're not committed to this business, then you shouldn't be here.
This is all I earned today, after all I did.
I'm sorry if I'm stressed. I just have to,
The last 24 hours have been the toughest.
You are very messy.
I'm now genuinely struggling to work out how you have enough time to do everything.
But I'll also be discovering the huge rewards.
I don't really mind how stressed I get with something like this because it's ours. And that is a massive difference.
Of making a new life.
Look at that view, look at this place as well.
In the country.
You have the dream. Glorious Scotland. This is one of my favourite places on earth. I've often imagined what it would be like to bring my own family here and open a boutique hotel. It's the Scottish dream. Well, I'm coming to meet a family who've done just that. They've moved from Croydon in South London. They bought a dilapidated hotel here in the Highlands on the border of the Cairngorms National Park, renovated it themselves, opened a restaurant, and they have embraced their own Highland Scottish dream.
After getting married in 2015, Jade and Alice are turning their backs on the big city to start a brand new life in the country. They both had high-paying jobs in London, Jade in PR and Alice in finance, but they felt trapped on the treadmill.
It's the perfect place for opportunity, but it's at what cost?
Life in London was very repetitive. Do the same thing every day. I found it very tiresome after a while.
Being wage slaves didn't leave much time to enjoy their lives together outside of work.
We didn't see much of each other, and I think, there was that sort of sense that we were these sort of, ships in the night.
And all their hard work could only buy them a cramped flat in Croydon.
Our old flat was tiny. It was like 527 square feet, 2 dogs and 2 human beings. It was pretty chaotic.
After tying the knot, they've bravely decided to make a new life far away from the London rat race. Alice, who's Scottish on her mother's side, knows just where she wants to be.
My father was in the army, so we travelled a lot. I think Scotland and seeing my grandparents was probably the one constant home that I saw throughout my childhood. The second thing was I was on a mission to find something that both Jade and I could do.
They searched for 8 months before finding their dream business, a small country hotel by a beautiful loch.
This project allows us to spend more time together. I'm hoping it is also going to give us the work-life balance that we're looking for. Being outside, walking our dogs, exploring where we live. I want it to allow us to enjoy life.
So they've traded in a foot on the London property ladder and secure well-paid jobs for this, an ancient rundown hotel in the heart of the countryside.
We sold our flat in London and bought this and still had change.
The hotel is 500 miles from London in the wilds of the Scottish Highlands. The nearest town is Pitlochry, over 10 miles away. The hotel has 6 guest bedrooms and staff living quarters, as well as a restaurant and a bar that sits 40 people. But it's been empty for 2 years.
You guys bought a hotel.
Yeah. Don't say it too much because it's a bit scary.
You bought a hotel.
Yeah.
They sold their Croydon flat for £290,000 and bought the hotel for £236,000. They have the same size mortgage as London, £165,000, which leaves their entire life savings at £70,000. They're spending all of this on renovations, start-up costs and living expenses until they can earn a profit.
Buying this is it. There is no backup plan. We do want this place to start paying for itself. So yeah, all eggs in one big basket.
The couple have just 3 months to get the hotel up and running for business, but neither has any experience of opening a hotel.
This will be a test on the marriage, won't it? Could be over in a year.
If we can pass this test,
Yes.
we're
onto a winner.
We're indestructible. We will be together forever.
Yeah, we need to get past this. Everyone's like first year of marriage. I think first year of owning an inn. That'll be the tester.
One of the first tests of the marriage is managing the hotel's extensive building renovations.
You got enough room there?
There are 6 guest bedrooms to do up. The dream is to create a contemporary boutique-style hotel with simple, uncluttered rooms in muted shades with maybe a hint of tartan. But before they can think about soft furnishings, the building first needs some big and expensive structural work.
The windows are going in because they were all rotten through. All on the outside, it's pretty, yeah, it is really rotten down the sides there.
8 windows need to be replaced at a cost of £15,000, and it will take nearly a week to install them.
Just watching drips of water come through in these areas was
it was terrifying.
Really quite terrifying.
The couple are also new to life in the country, without all the mod cons.
We've got a burn up the hill, which is our water supply, and it's literally just a stream, and there's a plastic bucket, isn't there, in the stream with holes in it, so the water comes pouring into the bucket.
Welcome to rural Scotland. We've got our own water supply.
Now we have a spring.
But somebody has to go down there and clean it, and there's some people are us.
Cleaning out the water supply means a 20-minute trek uphill.
Oh, wow.
I know.
A far cry from their previous life experiences in Croydon.
So, water chamber. Watch it, it's going to come powering out. Shit. I told you, it's powerful.
Last time we took it in turns. I being, the leader of the pack, I was in there first.
Only because you knew I would have got in had you not. So you were like, shit, I better get in now.
No. I went in first to check if it was safe. Because there's no health and safety out here.
And
we are health and
your
safety.
Your shiny little shorts.
It's quite eerie down here.
As the water comes from a natural spring, they need to remove the mud and stones in case they block the water filter.
Oh, you bastard! If you had kids, this is the sort of job you'd make your children do.
But cleaning out the burn isn't the only dirty job you have to do when you own your own hotel, as Jade is finding out.
Ah, shit. My hand just went down the loo.
The plumbing's nearly finished, and the builders will soon be leaving.
I finished the job.
The bedrooms and upstairs breakfast room are still not ready, but the bar and restaurant only need a good clean and some decoration.
I stole a whole bunch of paintings from my parents when I came up. I just went round their house and was like, can I take this one? Can I take this one? Paintings cost a fortune. So beg, borrow and steal, I say.
Having given up their jobs, they're relying solely on savings which are rapidly running out.
Bills are coming in. They need to be paid. I can't keep pumping capital in and not getting anything back out of it.
I think now it's just sort of time to trust that, for whatever we've done to this date is going to be more than sufficient to get us up and trading.
To avoid big wage bills, they've decided to have just one member of staff, Chef Callum.
Normally you'd have 4 or 5 people in the kitchen, but it's just me.
Which means Jade and Alice will be doing everything else.
Definitely got to get on this plate thing. And someone's trying to pay the bill.
Okay. Coming up, Alice and Jade find out just what it's like to own and run their own business.
We just have to all work together.
Yeah, but everyone is. You're the only one getting grumpy.
I'm not grumpy, I'm just saying. I'm allowed to say.
And I'm going to be catching up with them 3 years on to experience myself what their new life in the country is really like.
You know the metaphor, the cartoon with all the plates being spun on different
know that one well.
do you feel like that here sometimes?
All day, every day. All day, every day.
I've always loved the wild, rugged beauty of the Highlands. It's like an ever-changing landscape of lochs and forests and rolling hills that changes from one day to the next. It's otherworldly and beautiful.
I completely understand how Alice and Jade were so taken with the beauty of this place. They decided to leave the London rat race and start a brand new life in the country. But it's a massive leap in the dark moving to this remote part of Scotland and taking on this old hotel.
It's a very new life. I mean, not in a million years did I expect I'd be doing something like this.
Renovations to the hotel are 3/4 complete. Their life savings are almost gone, and they desperately need an income. So they decide to open the restaurant first.
Bills are coming in. They need to be paid. I can't keep pumping capital in and not getting anything back out of it.
Jade and Alice have only one other member of staff, Callum, who moved up here with them 4 months ago. One thing about working together as a couple for the first time is deciding who gets to do which jobs.
This is all of our beers, which I seem to get tasked with sorting out. This is meant to be a simple job, and it's not. No. Go.
In just a few hours, Jade and Alice are opening their own restaurant for the very first time.
Callum, have we got a cheese board tonight? So what are the cheeses?
They're on the side. We've got...
Are they all the ones that you originally sent to me? Right,
We've got a Morangi brie.
We are just under an hour away from our opening night for our first dinner service. The bar is ready. The entrance is ready. It's kind of ready.
Without advertising their opening night, they're relying entirely on word of mouth to get customers through the door. First arrivals are their neighbours, curious to take a peek at the newly renovated inn.
2 Cabernet Sauvignons.
I think it's lovely that it's all the locals and they all came out on the first night.
Would you like anything to drink?
Oh, it's so exciting, there's people here, I love it.
With the restaurant busy, lone chef Callum is starting to feel the heat in the kitchen.
Normally you'd have 4 or 5 people in the kitchen and maybe a KP as well, but it's just me. No one else.
7 and 5, 2. 7 and 5, 2. 7 and 5.
Jade and Alice are working as waiters too, and every trip from the kitchen means a dash down the long flight of stairs.
Really pleased. Yeah, it is. Now there's a few more people, I love it. The first thing when there was like one table, I was just like, this is so depressing. I can't believe it.
Just make me a column bar. It's going to go to position 6, so left on the big table.
Just tell me who it is,
one.
Jade.
It's the one with the grey hair at the back. It's column bar. White one.
Sorry. No, that's okay. Do you know where the sugar cubes are, Callum? Completely hectic and very stressful. Taking lots of orders at the same time is quite tricky.
Do you think it's the bell button?
I wish I knew how this worked. We just need another member of staff. We just need someone to be down here all the time who can kind of like wander in between tables, pick up old glasses, ask if everyone's okay for drinks, etc., etc., etc.
Just one of those challenges where everybody's stretched.
With about 30 customers through the door, turnout has been good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do you feel?
Exhausted now. Exhausted. There weren't any major disasters. Nobody got the wrong food or, nobody spilled a drink over somebody or dropped food on them. But it is bloody exhausting.
The big question is, Do the night's takings make all the hours of hard graft worthwhile?
No, it's not right.
Why is it not right?
It is right. It's what's been paid on card. How many people paid in cash?
Cash is in the till now, pal. It's just cards.
Why are you being unsupportive of me? It's not very friendly, Jade. In fact, it's actually really unsupportive.
Oh, wow, pal.
It is.
To just cross-reference the...
Shut up.
I thought this was a nice, occasion where we're counting what we've made, but no, it's not. It's turned into a nasty affair.
So, through the door this evening, we made £391.41p. The amount of work and effort that goes into that, and it's now 11 o'clock. I was driving to Perth at 7:30 this morning. Like, it's crazy long days where you're not even sitting around in the middle of it, you're just flat out all the time. So, on the balance, it's a shitload of work for what on the surface looks like not a lot of gain.
To break even, the couple have estimated they need to turn over around £70,000 their first summer. That means bringing in a lot more than £400 a day.
What we're doing now, realistically, is not enough if this is our second year of business. We will have serious questions to answer if that's the case.
There's no time to sit and worry. The busy summer season is upon them, and the couple are learning to run their own restaurant on the job.
Definitely got to get on this plate thing for people. 2 plates for the table with the young bay, please.
Oh, yeah, sorry, take them.
And someone's trying to pay the bill. Okay, so...
Go.
After a few days, the reality of running a country hotel hits home.
Thank you, good night.
Bye.
Oh.
I can't decide what's more uncomfortable, standing on my feet or lying on my side on a wooden table.
Because my feet hurt.
I'm just wondering how people do it. I mean, I suppose they just do.
I think running your own business is tiring, and I think the pressure of knowing that the only way that you're going to get through the next month is through the amount of effort that you personally put in and the little team that you've put around you put in, that's quite a lot of pressure, and that can cause a lot of worry and stress.
I'm aware that, it could take its toll. And I'm aware of how short I am with people. It's not, it's not my intention. Before I came up here, I think I was a really nice person.
They've been hard at it in the restaurant for 2 weeks. Tonight, they're fully booked, and Jade, who used to work in PR, knows that building a good reputation is vital.
I've got no fucking cutlery.
Everything must be spot on, so he brings everyone together for a pep talk.
I think from this moment on, we have to step up our game. There's no time to rest on our laurels. I think we have to keep striving for perfection. We only have one shot at this. And there's a lot of vested time and money in this. And I'm not prepared to, so if I demand certain things from myself, from the people I work with, I think we're entitled to that. I'm sorry if I'm stressed. I just have to, this is work for us, and everything has to be right. People are going to come back based on reputation.
You're projecting something bad that hasn't even happened, though, which I find really weird.
We just have to be, all of us have to be on point. I'm saying, we just have to all work together.
Yeah, but everyone is. You're the only one getting grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I'm just saying. I'm allowed to say.
I know, but you make it sound like it's a bad thing before anything bad's happened.
I'm just saying. It's a pep talk, if you will.
Well, it's not a very nice one.
It's going to be busy tonight.
It's not a very positive pep talk.
It's positive, guys. It's positive.
It's not. It's miserable. I will feel worse than I did when I walked down here. That's not a very positive pep talk, Jade. Callum looks psyched.
What's wrong with you?
Well, you just gave him the worst pep talk in pep talk
history. It's going to be busy. I'm mainly talking about, the mood in here, the ambience. There's a lot going on, and I know from experience that you have to get every element of this business right, otherwise you won't succeed.
Although things are going well, you can still get stressed. And me and Jade working together, living together. There's 10% of the time where I think Jade would probably agree with me. You just want the other person to shove off. Normally, you have a marriage and you only have to deal with each other within your personal relationship in your marriage, and you have your work life. So Jade might speak to me in a way that I'd be like, what are you doing? How dare you? I'm not your bloody waitress. Like, I'm not a member of your staff. And that's quite an adjustment. You have to kind of learn how to be with each other in a working environment. I think the biggest thing we've learned is that you just can't dwell on anything. I mean, we've got to be over it, we've got to move on, we've got a service to do, we've got to be nice to each other, we've got to love each other again, because ultimately, we have to make this work. You've got to be 1,000% certain with the person you're going into business with to go and move 550 miles north from all your friends and family and put all your life savings into it and hope that it works. Like, you can't take risks.
Coming up, Jade and Alice must face up to reality.
We don't know that we're going to make the money next year, but I do know that if there's any hope of making it, we have to put the staff in place. So you've got to take a punt. You just got to do it.
And I arrived to visit them 3 years on to discover exactly who does what.
I noticed you weren't up in the room just now with the hoovering and the bed making. It was noted.
And how staffing, or lack of it, has been affecting their dream new life.
Have you had a big turnover of staff then over the last few years?
I think we're on our 8th chef.
You take that personally?
Yes, I do.
People may be surprised to learn that I've always wanted a hotel of my own. I think it probably comes from staying in so many hotels all around the world. The idea that you can create your own perfect, beautiful space with an amazing backdrop.
So I have nothing but admiration for Jade and Alice for leaving city life in Croydon for the Highlands of Scotland and their country hotel dream. They work tirelessly to get their restaurant up and running.
Although I'm quite happy to work like a dog for a while, you can't keep doing it forever and ever and ever.
Then they set about renovating the guest bedrooms so they can open their country hotel before the end of their first summer, meaning even more hard graft.
I'm covered in dust. I'm always covered in dust. I'm covered in dust and bruises and cuts. Look like I've been running an assault course for the last 3 months. At the moment, I wake up every morning, my hands are cramped like this, and this finger, it's like that, and I can't straighten it out. It takes like 15 minutes for my hands to warm up. My back hurts, as I knew it would. My hand is absolutely going to be completely cramped in the morning.
And injuries aside, they do it, transforming rundown rooms that were dark, dirty and dated, and turning them into guest rooms that are bright and airy with a contemporary feel, all in just 6 months.
This whole building is a personal reflection of Jade and me. It's a personal reflection on what we like these rooms to look like, and it's forever growing and it's nowhere near a finished product, but it is a reflection on us.
Their new life in the country as fledgling hoteliers can begin.
Rise and shine, sleepyheads.
From now on, Alice and Jade wake at 6 a.m, serve breakfast.
How would you like your eggs?
Poached.
And deal with guests checking out. Then 6 rooms need to be cleaned and scrubbed, beds made with fresh linen, and the entire hotel vacuumed.
How long on the mussels?
Just in time for the lunch service to start.
If I close my eyes, I think I could fall asleep standing upright. I feel so physically exhausted.
There's a couple of hours for paperwork in the afternoon.
Perfect. Thank you.
Before the hectic evening service in the restaurant. Jade and Alice set themselves a target of about £70,000 to break even, which they needed to make during their first summer. Between June and September, they serve more than 2,500 people and generate revenues of £73,000, leaving them a small profit of £2,600 for their first 6 months of trading.
Business has been wonderful for our first summer. I think I'm learning that you just have to keep moving forward, like you just have to keep going, because we don't know that we're going to make the money next year, but I do know that if there's any hope of making it, we have to put the staff in place. So you've got to take a punt. You just got to do it.
Ah, welcome. How are you? I feel like I personally fit in, which is bizarre because I didn't really, I thought I was a city boy. I wouldn't give this up. I wouldn't go back. We survived 4 months. Against all the odds, I may add, probably.
Now, 3 years later, I've come here to experience Alice and Jade's hotel dream for myself. Nestled in the heart of the Highlands, this lochside hotel is a world away from their old city life.
I'm looking forward to meeting this couple to find out whether the reality matches the dream.
I'm not just here on a social visit. I'm coming to stay and work alongside them, to discover what their new life in the country is really like.
Bigger than I thought. Beautiful views over the loch over there. Looking forward to seeing inside. Ah, here we go. Ah, guys.
Hey,
Jade.
how are you? Lovely to
Ben,
meet you.
how are you? Hello, Alice.
Hi, nice
How
to
are
meet
you?
you. Very well, thank you.
I finally get to see your hotel. On a scale of 1 to 10 of tiredness, exhaustion, frustration, where are we now?
We're approaching 10.
10.
End of the season.
Where am I going to stay?
Down here,
Down
follow
here.
us.
I like the tartan carpet.
Little ode to Scotland.
Yes.
Here we are.
Room number 1.
Room number 1.
Very nice. Look at this. Look at the view.
It's stunning.
So how different is this now to when you first came in here? Do you recall what it was like?
Yeah, it was the bed. There were 3 beds in here. There was a bed in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, mattresses piled high.
And you really did get stuck in with
Sanding. I
Sanding.
won't do that again. I've never
So where you
sanding
put
a floor.
carpets down?
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
carpets everywhere.
Carpets.
No sanding of any description is going to be done in this building by me ever again.
I mean, Jade, it's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
You get distracted too quickly.
This is en suite. Can we go and have a look at the bathroom? See what you did in here. Oh, look at that.
So we were lucky with the bathrooms, so they were all a really good size.
You have that view when you're in the bath.
It's not bad.
You just need to maybe have a curtain on here. Do you think you might scare any locals?
Yeah. In the morning, yeah. No,
That scene in the life of Brian where he opens the shutters.
Having settled into my room, I'm keen to find out what's new here.
This is very nice.
New
I like the bold blue colour that you've gone for here. So how would you describe this room? Where are we now?
This is our little library for hotel guests.
Yep.
And then we just sectioned it off because it was such a big room. So that's our breakfast room. And now kind of developing it into a private dining space as well.
So I can see the benefits, more business opportunities, but more work as well.
Yeah.
Always more.
Is this something that you're happy to embrace?
Yeah, I think it's just
I think you have to.
one of those things.
You know the metaphor, the cartoon with all the plates being spun on different
I know
things.
that one
Do you feel like that here sometimes?
All day, every day. All day, every day.
There's also a new terrace with a fire pit and an amazing view. And there's another new addition, Selby, who arrived 9 months ago.
So tell me quickly, new child. I mean, that is that's a big thing.
That was big.
That is a massive adjustment.
And to juggle business, work, lifestyle, and baby.
It's tough. You've got the baby at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you're thinking, God, I've got hotel guests to go and look after in a minute. But it's actually really nice, and guests come in, and I think they warm to it, and they get involved, and they interact. And then I feel, what a lovely place for Selby to actually be, brought up in.
Yeah, Selby's been a huge adjustment, and it's wonderful, but you can't do everything.
What would you say are the toughest things that you have struggled with as a new business up here and a hotel?
I'd say staff is probably the number one issue.
And why?
I think location, it's a beautiful location, you've got great views, it's great for guests, but for people coming to work here, I think it's probably a bit too remote.
Have you had a big turnover of staff then over the last few years?
Yeah, mainly in the chefs. I think we're on our 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 chefs.
You take that personally?
Yes, I do.
Alice and Jade are still doing most of the work themselves. Their new business really is their whole life. I want to find out what this is like day to day, starting with getting the rooms ready for new guests.
I'm thinking there was a huge amount that you had to get just to fill the hotel. The furniture, the beds, the sheets, the towels. Do you enjoy all of that?
I love making rooms look pretty.
How many beds do you think you have made now?
Oh my goodness.
Since you guys have started out?
Hundreds and hundreds.
And does Jade help you with this?
He does, actually, in all fairness, he will do when he has to. But I think you have to, horses for courses. And Jade is very good with website, guests, booking systems, all the things that I get bored of.
And that means for you all the hoovering, clean the bathrooms, the loos, everything.
The whole lot.
I'm sure.
Oh, you're kidding.
So that's enough. There's one little ink stain, but is that enough that you're not prepared to do it? Do you think you need to be a perfectionist to do this business?
It's when you walk into a, oh my goodness, I'm going to sack my linen supplier.
I think she's a perfectionist. Put it that way. What do you think of my pillows? I think they're looking rather good. I think I'm worried now that you're going to take one look at these and you're going to sack me.
There's a hard pillow, a medium pillow, and a soft pillow.
Oh, of course there are, yeah.
And then they're colour coordinated.
Yeah.
Between green, yellow, and soft. So those are 2 soft pillows. That's a medium
That's
pillow.
a hard, I think.
That's the hard. There. And then a medium pillow. There. And then that one.
I don't think I'll make a very good housekeeper here, Alice. Towels?
Towels. There's such a debate about towels going
Towels
on
on the bed or in the bathroom?
Well, yeah, this is the thing.
I've been some places where they fold them in ornate shapes, like swans. You haven't,
I haven't
done
gone that far.
You haven't gone
yet.
that far.
I just keep the labels out of the way.
Smooth side facing
Well,
the
you
door.
see,
Why is
'cause
that?
look, that just
So it looks
looks
like so it's your
nicer
first. It's the
than
first.
that one. It probably means nothing, but.
Alice, just getting a room ready, has an impeccable eye for detail. So the towels don't have the seams on this side; they have them hidden, so that when you come through the door, you don't see the slightly messier side. And I think it really takes that attention to detail if you want to run a hotel like this. You have to have a reason why people should come and stay in your hotel, and a beautiful landscape and a beautiful view is probably not really enough.
Coming up,
starter charcuterie.
It's going to table 6.2.
6.2.
0.2.
I find out what a busy evening service is like.
You've got to feed how many people tonight?
I think we've got 15 in so far.
That's quite daunting.
Full hotel, so yeah.
Alice and Jade exchanged their cramped 3-bedroom flat in Croydon for this 6-bedroom hotel in the Scottish Highlands. 3 years on, they've refurbished all their rooms, business is booming, and there's a new addition to the family. But they're really struggling to get staff, and with their 8th chef quitting just 2 weeks ago, Alice has decided to run the kitchen herself. With Alice in the kitchen, Jade is below deck, in charge of managing the beer cellar.
Which ones need to be changed
We're gonna
over?
change this one here, the cast bitter.
Yep.
So what we do is you just
hammer it in.
You just have that facing the wall.
Yep.
Just smash it down. And
How hard do you want me to go?
hard.
Do they need this to be hard?
Yeah, just nice. Perfect.
Which one is it?
So it's this one here.
This
so
one.
just pull through. And with this, there's always a taste test. Do you drink beer?
Is this a local one?
Yeah, they brew it just about 20 miles from here.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah. I have another sip.
Just
Do you have specific Alice tasks and Jade tasks. I noticed you weren't up in the room just now with the hoovering and the bed making. It was noted.
Yeah, because the last time I got sent to do that, it took me 3 hours. So
really?
Yeah, horses for
12
horses.
minutes, I think Alice said, was as how long it takes
Changing
to
the bed. Yeah, doing the bed. Yeah. No, I find housekeeping quite a struggle, if I'm going to be honest. And I do lots. I'm just trying to think, what do I do?
Well, what happens when there's a task that, let's say there's a blocked loo, one of your guests has blocked the loo up and they have left something rather unpleasant in there. Is it paper, rock, scissors? Is it, how do you decide?
I go and do it. I just put the gloves on and I go and attend to it. Yeah. But no, I wouldn't dream of asking Alice to do that. I could, yeah. But
do you miss that old glamorous life?
A little bit. There might be a little bit every now and again. You think, sometimes you're going, oh God, it'd be nice to be invited to something. So I do miss some of that. But I still get to every now and again. If we go down to London, I can get a fix of it, and then realise actually, you know what? This is actually more what I want to do. So no, I don't really miss it.
Along with the housekeeping, now Alice is also running the kitchen. She's added another 20 hours to her working week, meaning she puts in a staggering 80 hours. It's a world away from her 9-to-5 city office job. From now on, she decides the menu and she can cook everything on it, having never done it before. And she's asked me to help her prepare a tiramisu for tonight's dinner.
So tell me a little bit about the menu now. Obviously, you're sort of transitioning from having a proper chef here. Yeah. No disrespect to you.
No.
But how has that gone?
It's been a challenge. It's just been about getting through, making sure we got a menu that's really easy and simple and we know is going to keep people happy. And then moving forward beyond that, it's about finding people who can help us push the menu in the way that we really want it to go. And we're not trying to reinvent the wheel and we're not trying to create smoke and very elaborate things.
If we take your life right now, I think it's nearly 4:30, nearly 5 o'clock on a Friday night. Young mum, still nursing.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive and quite scary that you're just beginning the second or third or fourth phase of your day.
Yeah, they're long days.
I mean, a lot of mums in your position will be longing for that moment when they can finally put their child to bed for a couple of hours, maybe grab a quick drink, and then have an early night ready for Saturday morning and an early start. But you've got to feed how many people tonight?
I think we've got 15 in so far.
That's quite daunting.
Full hotel, so yeah.
But you've got a smile on your face, though.
I do. Do you know what? I do really like, I must be mad, but I do actually really like it. I love being busy. I just quite like that sort of really, I don't know, like basic life of just a really solid, hard day's work and knowing I've done it. I just quite like that. I like it more than an office. So.
That office and the life Alice had before seem a distant memory. I can see how much she loves what she and Jade have created here. And there's another addition to their family. Alice's dad and mum have also made the move up from London to help look after their young grandson.
Was it a bolt out of the blue? Were you surprised, or was it an expectation when your daughter suddenly announced they were going to leave Croydon and head to Scotland?
It was a complete shock. Because they just got married, they just bought a lovely little flat. They had good jobs, they were well paid. They were just a few miles down the road from us, so I thought, oh, this is nice. And then Alice said, no, this is what we're going to do. And I did the usual mother thing about, think about maternity leave and what about your pension? And it didn't matter to Alice and Jade at all.
I mean, I've come here to see all the glory. This is many years on and there's guests staying. But you've seen all the hard work. You've seen the peaks and the troughs, tears,
lots of tears,
laughter, and a lot of hard graft.
I'm really impressed by their resilience. They're a masterclass in keeping calm and carrying on. When one of them gets a bit down, the other one is relentlessly buoyant, and then they swap, because everyone has to be a bit fed up sometimes.
Because this is much more than a job, this is a lifestyle.
Totally. If you don't like it and you don't want to live like that, you can't do it. It's all-consuming. This is their business, this is their home, this is their job, this is their life. So it's all tied up together. There's no escape. So if you don't like it, then you can't do it.
With grandparents looking after Selby, it's early evening, and it's all hands on deck as everyone is preparing for the evening shift. Alice is running the kitchen, Jade front of house, and as people start arriving, I've got the job of waiter for the night.
Starter charcuterie.
It's going to table 6.2.
6.2.
0.2.
Wow. Very different to 6. The amount of hard graft, the amount of blood, sweat and tears that have gone into getting to this point can't be underestimated.
I'll take this down first. 3.
But they love what they do. Where are the Pinot glasses? Are they over here? Oh, there we go. I think what's interesting for me is that over the years I've visited people who have changed their lives for a lifestyle change. And this is very different to that. This is a job change because their life is their job. It consumes every waking hour.
Calamari. Thank you.
What I take away from this is this idea that if you love to work and you love people and you love to work hard, this is the dream. Pinot Grigio?
Yes, please.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
And the pint for Schalian. There you go. Enjoy your meal.
Cheers.
Yes, you're welcome. I think it's when we're here and you've got this spectacular view of the loch and the mountains beyond that you really realise just what a profound change this has been for you. The idea of having my own little hotel is a bit of a dream. I've often thought that when I'm moving around so much, I thought, do you know, I just want to be with my family. I'd love to get a little hotel somewhere where I can be the host, I can sit and I can share gin and tonics and a pint with the guests, and it's all hilarious and you're laughing. Is it the dream that you think it is?
It's not that dream.
And
it's a dream.
There are elements. There are definite elements of you know, hanging out with the guests and, you know, shooting the breeze, but, you know, it's not all that.
I think a lot of people will admire what you've done. A lot of people will think you're very brave. Do you think it was a brave thing, or do you think it was a natural thing?
I think, you know, yes, it's scary at times, and, you know, we could have taken the safer option, but I would have regretted if I didn't do something like this.
I can't imagine not doing it. So I guess that's always the test, isn't it? I can't imagine going back south, going into an office or anything like that.
On a day-to-day sort of stress level versus satisfaction and returns compared to Croydon, compared to here, how does it compare?
I don't really mind how stressed I get with something like this because it's hours, and that is a massive difference.
Having experienced for myself just how much hard work and dedication have gone into making a business like this succeed, I take my hat off to both of them. The hours are punishing, and many of the tasks are thankless. But the couple seem to be happily settled, and for them, I can see exactly why they left the city and the rat race behind.
Hey guys,
Hey.
time to go. Listen, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Good luck with everything. You haven't entirely put me off my hotel dream, but it's been a reality check. I need a bit of your bottled enthusiasm and work ethic.
Well, there we are.
But it's really impressive what you've done, and hopefully I'll be back with children and dogs.
And dogs,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, look after yourselves.
Thank you, you too.
Don't work too hard.
We'll try
Take
not to.
care.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Next time, I'm in the Lake District to find out how high-flying lawyer Kat followed her countryside dream and left behind city life to start a pizzeria in Cumbria with her new boyfriend.
Nothing's perfect, and we have to just make it work. If you're not committed to this business, then you shouldn't be here.
And I find out if 3 years on, her new life in the country is all she hoped for.
This is your back garden. This is on your doorstep. Voila.
That will, I tell you what, looks like one of the Tesco's.
I think
like,
it does.